Ousted Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro woke up this morning at the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City.
But as more information emerges, we're learning that this wasn't simply a military victory. This was a catastrophic security failure that began with those closest to the Venezuelan leader, his own bodyguards. The question everyone is asking tonight is simple. How did the United States pull this off? How did American special forces penetrate one of the most paranoid security apparatuses in the Western Hemisphere? The answer, according to sources close to the operation, is as old as warfare itself: betrayal from within. Multiple intelligence sources are now confirming that members of Maduro's personal security detail, the men tasked with protecting his life, were the ones who handed him over to American forces. These weren't low-level guards or perimeter security. These were elite bodyguards handpicked for their loyalty, trained to take a bullet for the president. Yet in the end, they took American money instead. Let's start with what we know about the timeline of events. At approximately 1:45 a.m. Caracas time, Maduro was at a secure location in the capital. The exact address has not been disclosed, but sources indicate it was one of several safe houses used by the president to avoid assassination attempts. These locations change frequently, and only a handful of people know the president's whereabouts at any given time. At 2 a.m., the first explosions were heard across Caracas. These strikes, as we now know, were diversionary. While Venezuelan military forces scrambled to respond to attacks on Fort Tiuna and La Carlota Airport, a much smaller operation was unfolding elsewhere. A team of Delta Force operators, transported by stealth helicopters, landed near Maduro's location. Here's where the story takes its most dramatic turn. According to sources familiar with the operation, these American commandos did not have to fight their way in. They walked in. The outer perimeter guards had been told to stand down. Security cameras had been disabled. Alarm systems had been deactivated. When the Delta Force team reached Maduro's personal quarters, they found only 2 bodyguards still at their posts, and these men immediately surrendered without firing a single shot. The entire extraction took less than 12 minutes from landing to takeoff. Maduro and his wife were aboard an American aircraft before Venezuelan military command even understood what was happening. By the time Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez realized the president was missing, the helicopters were already crossing into international airspace. So how did the United States flip Maduro's bodyguards? The answer lies in a sophisticated intelligence operation that began